okay. Oh, it's like 100 degrees. Mine's still going. I got 2 more miners. These are for my collection though. This was definitely worth the trip. Wow. Does it come out? Ten boards. So I got 2 of these for $40. This is an Antminer S2, and it's basically the S1 but in a larger case with a lot more boards. And let's pull out a really dirty one. Oh, look! They even left me a little SD card. Oh, nice. 4 gigs. It looks like they're just using regular PCI and PCI Express sockets. And the main part of it is for power there, and then that's just the little signal lines to send to the main board, which would come to actually it'd have to be connected a different way. Oh, I see. I already got this one apart. They just used PCI slots for the main cards and a PCI Express for the motherboard or this board here. But it's not for data, it's just for mostly power. Data goes over the little piece here.
Do you want to hook it in?
Hook it into what? Oh, it has to be clean first.
The other one?
I'll look at that later. We'll work on this one first.
Let me grab it out.
This one looks like, oh, yeah, it has had repair work. I'm guessing, guessing it probably got really hot, too brittle, and was cracking, just like it's starting to right there. We got plenty of cable to replace that though. Same fans, bigger fans, same connectors as the S1s. So this looks like it's the same controller as the S1. Pull it off and take a look. It even came with a free SD card. 4 gig SD card. Yeah, so it's a little bit different. And that one is mint in the box, I hope. So here's the repair job that it looks like they did on this cable. But it's coming apart here too. And it's not the normal kind of connector. It's a little bit different size. Not the width, but the actual. It's like almost a laptop size connector. Because if it was the same width, I could just cut it to
That's a floppy cable, isn't it?
No.
Oh no, I guess you're right. It
Looks a lot fun.
It's a 24 pin, but it's not the size. It's not the right size.
It must be just compact IDE then.
No, it's just a special cable, a ribbon cable that was made for this.
No, they don't do that. That's
Yeah,
too
they do.
expensive.
No, it's cheap.
It's way cheaper to just have the ones that are already mass produced.
They are already mass produced. It's a standard connector they've used forever.
They didn't have a special one.
So 24 pins, whatever it is. And it does look like it is going to one of the buses on here. And that goes to this little screen here. And that's probably to display the system statistics. Anyway, I'm going to clean this up. It's already barely been cleaned off. It's making a mess everywhere. Alright, so I wanted to go over this closer. This was the version that came after this one here, and it has a lot of changes. It looks like stuff that they were planning for the future. So this is the main board that has this little guy on it. This is a microcontroller for controlling all the ASICs and network and operating system and all that stuff. And that goes right there. But there's a bunch of spots on here that are blank, possibly for future versions. Look at the old board here. This was a wireless card that they got rid of in later versions. So there's a spot where the wireless would have been. I'm guessing these were data connections to each card, and these 5 spots are for Ethernet jacks and transceivers. If you look into here, it has one here too. And you can even look at the labeling on the board. It looks like they were going to put a router into these. LAN 0, 1, 2, and then the wide area network there. And JTAG, I'm guessing. And the best way to replace this is to make a new one. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so might not be as perfect as I used to make. There. Okay, there's a little mushroom tab there. I just cut it right off because a lot of times if you try to push it in, it cracks the whole thing. Okay, and the next step is to get the crimp apart, and that is done by lifting and carefully not bending any of those teeth. So that's all that there is to one of these connectors. Here's a SCSI connector with the cover taken off. And so my plan was to use this as a replacement cable. Now I just take the little pieces I took off earlier and because it's easier for me. Alright, and I'm going to use this little tool and use it to keep it crimped. Alright, so the cable I'm letting cure right now, it connects this little LCD panel. I think it's LCD panel. It connects it to one of those boards. Okay, what do I need to do next? Torx. This is how you keep your screws from getting lost. Here's the little LCD panel module thingy that was behind this. Probably just gonna stick this in the dishwasher because it's covered in nicotine, cigarette juice, Nicoplaque, all that stuff. So I've been sitting here with this thing rolling the whole time. So I'm gonna stick that all in the washer or in the dishwasher and clean it up. These I was started on cleaning one by hand, getting all the extra thermal grease out of the cracks and pretty much just making it show quality. This isn't for mining anymore. I bought these to preserve just because they're like gonna be non-existent here in a few years. A lot quicker than computers have gone obsolete. These are scrap value within a couple years from when they're new. So I wanted to restore this one, and I got an extra one for free, so that was nice. And this is going to take forever and make a big mess, so I need to figure out a different way to do this.
Should I use dynamic feeds or enable replace?
Oh, here, let me show you that part. Hold on. These don't have any.
Yeah, I know. You can actually do that with soap.
Yeah, there's no integrated circuits on here. Even the ones with integrated circuits, I've never had a problem just sticking a board in the dishwasher with no soap or doing it by hand.
Do you I'm trying to see if I can.
But newer technology is a lot more stable than the old stuff.
I'm gonna see if I can get a job at.
You should see the boards in this thing. There's 10 of them.
You should just put the computer in the fucking dishwasher.
I'm going to. Well, I'm doing it by hand.
I'm gonna see if I
Nickel
can get a job at Tektronix manufacturing. What's it called?
Robots.
No, it's us. Laying circuits and stuff.
That works in this. Okay, generating. Alright, so everyone that was probably yelling at me as I washed this in the sink, I don't care. It's just not going to actually be used anymore. And it wasn't probably going to damage anything either. These are just fans. This is just an integrated circuit. Or, I mean, circuit board. There's no integrated circuits on these. So there's nothing to worry about with static. And even like that, static really doesn't do much these days. And the fans are going to be oiled anyway, so I like to soak them and get all the dirt out. Peel off the label. This is something you should do with your fans anyway, about once every 2 years. What do I have today? Teflon. Oh, silicone. I can get some light in here. Can't see a thing without a light. Come on, turn on. Anyway. Running now with new oil. The board seems to work for the fans anyway. So these fans aren't that strong. I accidentally put my finger inside the blade while it was running and the thing just shattered. I'm getting to the end of restoring this one here. I have another one that was the original purchase for $35. This one was given to me for free, so I'm just having fun with it. I've started washing these boards in the sink. I set it on the foam with foil underneath it and just scrub it with the toothbrush. But it takes about 10 minutes per board to get it all clean. And when I shake it dry too, I have a circuit board dryer actually to put them in front of. But the hardest part is getting all the thermal grease off the sides that is squished out, and like thermal grease seems to get everywhere on these. And yeah, whatever's on here, it's not cigarette dust, nickel plaque dust. It is the same kind of dust that I find on all servers, all computers that have been in any sort of environment like that. So I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's server dust. It sticks to everything. Somebody commented in one of my previous videos that I need to wash my hands before I handle such rare and delicate equipment like this. And it's the equipment that makes my hands dirty. So that was kind of funny. There's my laptop here. Here's one of the boards that I washed earlier, just to see how they dried up. And it looks fine. I haven't powered them up yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this out. Yeah, it's all rinsed out, no soap. So this has got to be a first on YouTube. How to wash your Bitcoin miner. Let that run for about 10 minutes and check on it. Oh, here's my final product with the cable that I rebuilt. Let's see if it even will fit in the socket. Wow, it's working really well. Now let's remove these, they're kind of melty, slimy. Yeah. And let it run for another 5 minutes. Make sure they're all tilted nicely so they don't start banging into each other. There's a little bit of dirt left. So here's my current one. Hot day today. Got 3 20 amp breakers, or 20 amp outlets that go to those 3 right there. And oh, this is out of what is this, SP20. There's an S5 with an anti. Oh, look at that. There's an ant. There's an ant on my Antminer. What the heck? There's the S1. Let's see if it's done. Almost. They're all washed, rinsed, scrubbed. So they're just drying now. I just rinsed them with water. I'll let them dry for a second until the people out of my way, and then I'll shake them around. Hi. You see my new miner?
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, some old ones. I got 2 for $40.
You're running more than one?
They're not plugged in. That's what's sitting in the kitchen.
Except to read the electric bill close.
It's for my collection.
Huh?
It's for my collection.
Oh, good.
They're the ones that are this
It
big.
says 250 even, but there's some writing under there. Something about residential, if you go over 500, they gotta get ready to drink some water.
Just if you want me to pay part of the electric bill, let me know.
I don't know yet.
Okay.
If it's like it says it is, I'm not worried about it. I just gotta read the fine print. Oh.
Well, I'm gonna try to get some more like these. I made like $600 last 2 months.
No. I guess if it's staying, it's working.
This is my little card house of circuit boards built around the heater. Okay, I have everything hooked up. Or I only have the fans hooked up, but everything in the rack so that it will dry. They got soaked pretty good in the dishwasher and cleaned up. So I want to make sure they're completely dry before I turn them on. And then I will test the networking. Let's put a meter on that and see. 70 watts for the 4 fans. See, nothing's plugged in. Okay, I finally powered up one of the boards, or the motherboard with one of the boards inserted on just one supply for now. This little screen still doesn't want to work, but at least I got the light part to work. Shows Ethernet activity. Let's see if I can find an address, I guess. Oh, it beeped. That's good. Okay. Okay, it appears to work just fine with one board in there, but I cannot find its IP address. For some reason, it doesn't show up on my routers page, and I'm not the admin anymore, so I can't really fix that right now. What I'm going to do is find the reset button. They haven't installed it on this board yet, but it would go right there. Oh, it's actually built into this little display. And the person who gave it to me said they couldn't fix it because they didn't know how to fix a cable. So I think now that at least some of the cable works, I can make that reset just by hitting the button. Okay, well, I haven't got the Ethernet all set up yet on the one I repaired, but it does seem to work. It did reset, and it seems to work and go under load. I, for now, just have an 800 watt. I populated, let's say, a little, like 70%, so 5. So it should be running. Just to be safe, we'll pull one more out. It should be around 700 watts now. And I have a meter on this very long extension cord, so I'm not going to run it very long. Everything looks to be doing good. Except for the screen don't work, but let's see if it goes under load. It should. Yeah, look at that. 700 watts. Okay, I'm gonna kill it because it's getting about its limit here, but at least I know I have a working box, and I will finish tomorrow or later this morning. But I have more fun fixing them than looking at them. So in the ad it said power supply would be extra, and that they would accept Bitcoin. So I made an offer in Bitcoin, and the person who replied just said that his friend left him at his house to get rid of. So I ended up getting a much better deal. There's no way that's only 1,000 watts. I guess I'll just take the cover off. Oh wait, let's just plug it in. That's one of our switches. This is an IBM A20M 550 megahertz Pentium 3. I have it set to watts. I'm flipping it on now. It's actually quieter so far than I expected. So I'm going to the DNS server and seeing if it's up already. Here, it's definitely hashing now. It's very quiet though. Now I just have to figure out its address. Oh, okay, there it is. It says 121. So I just go to the address. 1.121. new one. And I'm just gonna guess the username and password is ADMIN root. No, root. Alright, that was easy. So here's comparing. Oh shit! I've never seen that many show up on a screen. So here's comparing something from late 2014, running. It says up here it's just over 1 terahash. It takes a while for the. Oh, that's about right. Okay. So yeah, 2014, using how many watts? Using 1100 watts. So it's just under a watt per gigahash, compared to something from, oh, what year is this? I think this is 2016. 2016, okay. Generating, focus there, 13 and a half, on average 13.6. So everything I've ever worked on, this is pretty common to see here for Antminers, just to have 3 boards, and each little 0 here is a chip on the board that's representing an OK status. If they're damaged or overheating, they turn to little X's, and you can also read things like the hardware error rate. If you're overclocking, a lot of people like to get this right around 4% of errors. That's right at the sweet spot for getting more performance without having too many errors. Let's look at the old one here underneath me. Refresh it. It's averaging about 1 terahash. This massive wall of chips. How many is that? 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 548 chips, something like that. Okay, this cord is getting really fucking hot, so I'm gonna swap cords. Like, it's melting. Yeah, the connections. That's something I always have to check when on a hot day or something, as the wires start to get really hot and soft. Ow, fuck, jeez. That was hot. Yeah, there's my new worker name, dishwasher, because of it being ran through the dishwasher. I need to take a break. This one is working. So this is the one I've been working on. This one I just pulled the cover off because I thought if I just swap the motherboard, I already know the IP address of it, and swap the 2 boards, then I can actually see this display and information on it to fix the other one. So mine didn't come with this fancy metal cover. This one's going in the dishwasher too at some time. Okay, let's swap the main board. Somebody recapped this one. I just noticed. I thought I thought I got knocked off at first, but this one's been modded. I installed the motherboard that I couldn't get to display anything because it doesn't have a display. So, where's my power? One nut, two. All right, I finally got into it. So, what is it, like 7 in the morning? Finally got. Okay, almost 7. Just over a terahash. This one's probably around 700 gigs with a few boards not put in yet because there's no space. So the one that I ran through the dishwasher with 7 boards in it. And here's the one that I hadn't done anything to except swap the motherboard. Cool. You gotta see the control panel for these. Look at all the chips.